Oh, darn that dream. Darn your nails, darn your eyes. They let me high above the stars each night, then I tumble out of paradise. Oh, darn that dream. Welcome to Nerds Gone Rogue, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry, I got stuck counting. My name is Matthew Keel. It's episode 1, 2, 3, by the way. My name is Matthew Keel at @ifit_rewind on every social media platform I choose to accept. Alongside me, my bros, Corey at Corey in HD 86, celebrating another Victory Monday. How are you, sir?
I'm great. Guess what? The Cavs won. The Browns won. Cavs are down right now, but that's okay. We won 2 in a row. So,
you got a new t-shirt? You got a new couch?
I do. New t-shirt, new couch.
You got a new jersey?
Yeah.
He's excited.
Thanks, Mom.
He's excited.
Thanks, wife.
What's the record? I think it's better than the Eagles now.
Browns are 4-6-1, and guess what? They showed that in the playoff hunt graphic.
And
Browns are on it.
Browns
and guess what? They're not last on the graphic either. We needed the Steelers to lose on Sunday, and they lost.
Well, let's just keep this happy train on a trucking.
Nice.
We've got Moose Cool at Svhenn on every social media platform. How are you, sir?
Doing awesome.
Got a new job?
Got a new job. I reached Twitch affiliate. Like this weekend's been like fire, man. It's on fire.
Oh, and Corey had a birthday this week.
Oh yeah, Corey had a birthday.
Yeah,
like this weekend was pretty dang good.
It was a great weekend. I streamed some Madden. I won a game.
Nice.
And I got blown out the other game, but I won a game. So
nice.
Yeah.
I still have not beat Spelunky, but I streamed.
Everybody plays the same 5 teams online, man.
Yeah.
Same 5 teams. Same 5 teams. It's the Rams, the Chiefs, the Bears, because their second string running back is super fast and nobody can catch him.
Yeah.
The Cowboys and the Eagles.
And the only reason they're picking the Eagles because they won
Super Bowl.
Yeah. Super Bowl.
No, it's the same shit in FIFA. Like everyone's like Real Madrid or Barcelona, and then you get those Man United or Manchester City people, and then people who think they know a thing or two. They'll be like Paris Saint-Germain or Bayern Munich. And I'm like, you know what? If I'm going one-on-one, I'm going to be who I want. I will take a 3-star team, and I will go after a 5-star team. And it's surprising how much I actually won. No, the record was not a winning one, but I won some.
You know what? That's all that matters. One game at a time, Matt.
Take you down a peg. So, Corey.
Yeah.
You had a birthday. What have you been playing? Before you answer, Jason Marshall's in the chat. He says, "What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?"
What's up?
I added some "What's up" to that, but I felt
you did. There was just 2, but that's okay.
I felt it appropriate.
It was
artistically.
We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
Okay, so what have you been playing, Corey?
What have I been playing? I haven't really been playing a whole lot, to be honest with you. I've been prepping a lot of stuff for the future shows and stuff for next year. Reorganized a lot of the assets we use and kind of cleaned them up and kind of prepping some stuff. And the next couple weeks, not this show, but the other 3 kind of main shows, I'm prepping them to move RSS feeds. So that message will be going out on those social media platforms on when we are, because there's a lot of issues with Google right now. If you switch RSS feed providers, there's a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And it's just a nightmare. So I'm prepping for that. So,
Prepping for the pain.
I mean, I played a little bit of Destiny 2. I played some Spider-Man. I played some Celeste. I'm trying to go around because I made a short list for Game of the Year stuff, which is coming up real fast. I just realized that this is the last Monday and
this is the last
November.
This is the last week in November, yeah.
So like I've been dipping my toe in all the games that I think are going to be on my Game of the Year list, and I'm trying to get all that stuff ready. And our categories show, like, I'm trying to figure out what's going to go where and how I feel about stuff. So I've been doing that. Let's see. This weekend I streamed some Madden. You can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/CornHD if you really want to see me stream some stuff. The next couple weeks on there, it's just going to be Game of the Year stuff. I think I'm going to stream a lot of the stuff I think Game of the Year wise. So I've been playing Celeste. I've been playing some Lightfall because I want to finish that. The Gardens Between I've been playing. I've been playing a little bit of Pokemon Let's Go, which is like just kind of like the relaxing game at this point where like I don't have to put a lot of effort into it. It sucks though. If you're not playing a handheld mode, it sucks. I'm sorry.
What is it?
Pokemon Let's Go.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
It's a new Pokemon game.
So I mean, like, the motion controls just stop. Can we just stop with motion controls, please? Unless like it's intended, like, you know, PSVR and, you know, Beat Saber or something like that. Like, can we just stop?
I'd like to get behind you on your campaign to assassinate motion controls. I'm all for that. I'm all for it.
Vice President Moose. Yeah. Campaigning. Beard in one hand, buttons in the other.
Burger. I figured it'd be a burger. One hand, burger in the other. That's all right. I'll take buttons.
Well, no, because burger is a sandwich, and that comes back to the motion control thing with 1-2 switch, the eating the sandwich thing. Yeah, we have to completely dissociate.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
anything else that's
Destiny 2 is like, I'm trying to finish the campaign stuff because like apparently there's a whole second half of the campaign that I just didn't finish. So I've been working my way through that, and
that's on PS4, right?
Yeah, I've been playing Destiny on PS4. Nobody wants to play with me, so I go where my progress is.
I'll play with you on PS4. I just bought Forsaken, so I got to get back into Destiny. So I got to download that and download the expansion.
We should stream it together, Moose.
Let's do it. Platinum Plays.
Yeah,
let's do it. Yeah, let's do it this weekend. I'm down for that. All right, I'll get it on there and get it ready and get it going. So.
Yeah. Valkyria Chronicles 4 I've been playing. It's just been a bunch of mishmash and a bunch of just nonsense garbage, you know, like I just haven't been playing a whole lot.
You're playing a whole lot, but you're playing little bits of a whole lot. Did you have you played other Valkyrie Chronicles?
Valkyria.
I played the first one a long time ago.
Okay.
But
what do you think of it? You liking 4?
I like 4 a lot. It's scratching that Fire Emblem itch for sure.
Okay. Cool.
You know, every once in a while I get that itch to play Fire Emblem, but I don't want to play my 3DS because it's a 3DS. So it's really scratching that itch. I actually like the way it kind of goes into third person. So I like it a lot. So I've been playing that, and I finally started Diablo 3. I've never played before. Yeah! And I started a couple weeks ago, but I'm getting back into it, and it's like
it's a fun game. Trophies.
It's a really good game.
Trophies. Please play on Switch.
Play on Switch. Come on.
Oh, that's right.
You know the answer to that question. Jason Marshall in the chat, he says he nominates Spelunky and Golf Story as most fun. Neither of those games came out this year, but that's okay.
He can put Golf Story. No. In our category of game, he should have played.
Well, we do best
last year that he played this year. He could put Golf Story on that list.
Yeah, that's. Well, I think best old game. That doesn't necessarily tie it to last year, but it's like best.
That's true.
Game.
It's a good point.
And you know what, Jason? That's cool too. Don't care. You don't have to. That's fine. It's totally
That's
fine,
right, man.
You do you.
You have fun. You have fun, buddy.
Moose. Let's pivot to you. What have you been playing?
Pivot.
A lot of Diablo 3. So been playing.
Both of them are playing the same game. Maybe you should. Oh wait, no, he's playing on Switch.
I'm playing on PS4. So I don't even remember. I think somebody bought it because of the Thanksgiving sale. So one of the people I watch that streams, and I'm friends with on PSN, she nabbed it during the sale, and so I was like helping her grasp the mechanics of the game and whatnot. And so we were playing seasonal characters, and seasonal characters are cool. It sucks because you don't get anything from normal mode, but you get a whole heck of a lot more from seasonal than you do normal mode. So it's almost like don't even play normal mode. But then I was like, but all my gear is in normal mode.
Yeah.
And then
we spent all that time playing normal mode.
Yeah. So then I was sitting there and I'm like, I was streaming it, and I had a streamer, be like, because we were talking about my Paragon level and the modded gem that came with it and the experience. And so I was like, I really want to get a legit Paragon level. So I completely wiped my save. Like I moved all my stuff over to my Mule account. And then deleted my save and started from
never
scratch.
into your Mule account. This seems totally legit.
Well, that's really why Moose Hawk exists, is so that I can. Well, dude, seriously, Borderlands 2 is expensive when you die, and it's like $300,000, and you're like, well, I'll never see that again. You know, so it's just like you want to move the money over so that you don't lose it all. But anyways, so I've been streaming.
We need to launder it to the
right. You want to launder it so that when you die, you only lose like $400.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
Discount death.
So I've been playing a lot of Diablo 3 on Saturday. I did a co-op stream, and then I hit affiliate on Saturday, which is awesome.
Congratulations.
So now I'm an affiliate.
So what does that do for you exactly?
So with affiliate, you can make money. So like people can subscribe to my channel, people can tip with the bits. They could also tip with like real money if I use like a tip, like an outside of Twitch tip function.
Like PayPal or something.
Yeah, something like that. But I wanted to get it so I could get emotes. So like I'm doing like emotes. And if somebody wants to subscribe, they can subscribe. But I was thinking,
give me $5.
You don't have to, but
we need to make Moose's emotes. We need to.
I need that money. We need to see the burgers.
It just needs to be just meme Moose with a meme underneath it. Like, this is me happy. This is me angry.
Well, no, like they're really small, so they're like.
I know.
So like,
I know what they are, but like that would be so cool if we could do that.
It would be awesome.
So I gotta like with the long hair.
You're welcome. I need to get with an artist and start doing like my banner. Yeah, Corey, what are you doing, man? Do you know how to do?
The only person who does every single art asset for an NGR radio. Right here, Moose.
Also, aren't you a graphic designer too? I mean, come on.
Did you do this emotes?
Hey, Moose, you need to get closer.
Do you know how to do? Do you know how to do those emotes for Twitch?
Can I get some of them emotes?
Because like a lot of people have like,
I don't know what's going on.
They have like a bunch for their channel, and then they have some that are like designated to the subscription tiers. So anyways, so I just want to get that going. I'm thinking of doing like short streams during the week because like Monday and Tuesday we record. And so I was like, all right, well, go to the gym Wednesday. When I come home, I'll stream like an hour or two of, I'm thinking of trying to finish Polish Off Dead Cells. Hollow Knight is going to be another stream I'll be doing. And then like, I'll like for relaxing nights, I'll mix in Diablo 3 just to have fun. But also want to try and do probably when I get my gaming PC, I'm going to do a Demon Souls blind run, which I think would be fun. Entertaining for all. And then probably like polish off like the Dark Souls 3 platinum run. You know what I mean? So I've been talking to I talked to Jeff about it. Jeff has it. So I think we're gonna do what you and I were doing, where we just go into each other's worlds and like duel each other for the stuff you need for the covenants instead of just like dropping the rings. I think dueling. I mean, he's at a severe disadvantage because I play more of the game, but
because you will basically mop the floor with them.
Maybe I'll just use a fist weapon. We'll see. There's a streamer that I watch, Mikolosh. He did the whole game with just fists.
Mm-hmm.
All boss. No, I'm like, you're insane, dude.
Dark Souls 3 is the best one for that. Like, I mean, Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 had fist weapons too, but they just sucked. Like,
no, not fist weapons, just fist.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Just his bare fist. Like,
oh, okay, good for him. So my guess is he probably did Dragon Covenant because that can do all the physical output.
I don't know, probably. But anyway, so got Twitch affiliate, which is nice. Usually my viewer count's around like 5 or 6 people now average, which is nice. I think I got a lot of viewers because I was doing Diablo 3 and most people just bought it, so they're like looking for somebody who's streaming it, and like I named my stream like, hey, you know, seasonal character for the first time or whatever, so that people can see what's going on. Mm-hmm. But we're going to just have fun with it and co-stream. We're going to do a lot of our next year. We're looking to do a lot of our co-op stuff through that. Like, we're doing a co-op platinum challenge, so we're probably going to be streaming a lot of stuff together. So just want to, have it out there. I've been playing Diablo 3. I just started Warframe today, which is pretty interesting.
Is this a
Switch version?
Switch version. Well, they also have a huge expansion coming to PS4 in the next, like this month, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, and Xbox and PC. It's going to come to. They say it's coming to Switch at a later date.
They probably just want people to play what's there now.
Yeah, which makes sense. You just drop a game and they have this huge backlog of content for that game, and it's free. My only issue is it sucks on the Joy-Con. I'm sorry, but like the Joy-Cons are horrible. Like, as far as like portable goes, playing first-person shooters. Like, they're fine for like things like Zelda, it's okay. Things like Celeste and whatnot, it's all right. But when you're trying to play a first-person shooter, playing the Switch on the go is like trash. Like, you need a controller.
Playing Doom with it is just like, I mean, because like for Pow Block, I get a lot of stuff just for that reason, to record it and throw it up on our YouTube page for people to see what it's like. And like playing Wolfenstein with the Pro Controller is awesome.
Yes.
But playing it with the Joy-Cons, that and Doom are awful.
Do you agree with the fact that it's the fact that the right Joy-Con is like the joystick is way too low? Like, it needs to be where the D-pads are. It needs to be up here.
It's weird because I'm so used to even on the Xbox and PlayStation controller, the stick is like down. Like, if you're watching, the stick is like right here.
Yeah.
Like on a normal controller, right? And it's like having them right directly below the face buttons is like, I don't know. I understand that like this is what they had to do to make the system what it is, but like it's still weird. Like, maybe I wish they would have made the Joy-Cons a tad wider.
Yeah.
Just like a tad wider, so the stick isn't directly under the face buttons.
It would be nice if they would have they'd put out like, okay, here's your Joy-Cons for people who are going to play multiplayer on the go. Okay, here's your Joy-Cons for people that want it for like an actual system, like on the go, not just like this gimmicky slide them off and 2 people can play Mario Kart, which is awesome. I did that when I first bought it. I had it at work. I'd break out the kickstand, pop off the controllers, and me and my coworker would sit there and play Mario Kart a couple rounds during our lunch break. It's awesome. But I would have loved to have seen them do the other option where it actually gives you a more legit controller. So, anyways, looks good, runs decent. I'm looking forward to popping it in the dock and actually trying it with a Pro controller sometime. So Warframe has been entertaining. I played it on the PS4. Great game. If you haven't played it, it's free and it's awesome. It's like one of the best free games you could ever play. in my opinion, because their microtransactions are not intrusive. They're just there if you want to get them. Like the grind to get gear is not that terrible. It's like a regular game. And
well, like I mean, for an MMO, it kind of. I remember watching Paul Linga play that for a while, and I feel like the loot drop is very similar to Diablo.
Mhm.
Like it's not nearly as overwhelming, but like you're always getting something new at your level or maybe a little bit above it, so you can still everything you get is kind of viable.
Gives you a little carrot.
Yeah, it might not fit the current armor set you're using, but I think you could it's usually to the ability where you can get some use out of it before you chuck it and move on to the next thing.
Yes. And then I bought Black Ops 4 and I tried to fire that up because it told me it was ready to start and multiplayer is like 54% complete. So I was like, well, I'll try that tomorrow night. So it's just been what have I was trying to think if there was anything else that I dove into. And I think that's pretty much it. So, but that's what I'm playing. Bunch of older stuff. I haven't touched Bloodborne in a while. So there's that because of Diablo. So that's always good, I guess. Take a break from the Bloodborns.
Yeah.
I lied. I played it this weekend to do some Chalice dungeons, but that was bad.
I lied.
I did lie.
I had to get my Chalice fix.
I played it Friday. Played some Friday. But anyways.
To be fair, I loaded it up. I did load up Bloodborne last week.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I need to finish this game. Uh-huh. And since neither of you guys were on, I went to the one area where I grind for souls or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I did it like 3 times. I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, I don't know where to go unless these.
It's like, man, I'm good at this game. Look at me just kill these people.
Yeah, I'm like, look at me swing this big hammer.
That's funny. I'm gonna get through the Chalice dungeons before you do.
Yeah,
which is hilarious. But
probably.
Anyways, that's what I've been playing.
I'm gonna throw this out there, Moose, and say yes, you will.
I'll get the platinum on my second account before you get yours.
Yes, yes, you will.
Matt, what have you been playing, my friend?
Well, there's the tried and true. I stream Spelunky, and I have to talk about what happened last Wednesday in Spelunky.
I was there.
You were there. I someone watching my Twitch channel basically saved my run for me. I remember that dude. I don't remember his name, but he was cool. Yeah, it was Alfred the Gopher 6 on Twitch. I'm like, what? Like, if you don't get the treasure chest, if you don't get the key in the treasure chest in the caves, you can still find the black market. But you just have to know how to look for it. And I do know how to look for it, but like I had sort of resigned myself that once I got to that dark level, I'm like, you know what, it's probably just not going to happen. And then all of a sudden I see it in Twitch, I found it. I'm like, where is it? He's like, it's in that little pond you just blew up. It's up there. So I went, blew out where I thought it would be based on where it was, got to the black market, ended up getting, I died in the city. Did I get all the way to the City of Gold or did I get to Olmec? I think I died in the City of Gold.
I think it was the City of Gold.
But
that wasn't the one. It was the day before that you got bounced by the arrows, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that wasn't this one. Okay. Yeah, that's what I remember from that.
This was this, and I got to the City of Gold, and like that run did not need to be as good as it was. And I owe it all to that Twitch watcher. So thank you for that. Also, I tried the Elusive Target in Hitman 2, failed, and have basically just spent the week since running it over in my head. It's a very traumatic thing, these elusive targets, because you only get to try them once.
Sean Bean can't die.
And yeah, and I've gone through. I've watched people on YouTube and Twitch. I've watched them when I'm like, man, I should have done that, but I didn't. And I walked into the wrong place, stayed there just a bit too long. Hell ensued, and I ended up getting killed. But I have since gone through more of Hitman 2, and that game is really good.
I can't wait to play that because, like I told you, Matt, you convinced me to get 2 games. Well, one wasn't really. I didn't really need convincing, but
right,
Hitman and Tetris Effect.
Yeah,
I cannot wait. I can't wait.
Like, and in the past week, I went back and forth with a guy on Twitter. Like, we weren't really arguing or anything. We were just sort of bantering back and forth about Hitman 2. And he's really super down on the game. To the point that he's basically spending days just pointing out flaws in the game. And I'm like, I feel like this is not the most constructive use of your time.
Yeah.
But like, it seems like we both like the same things about it. He's just down on it because he thinks it should have been a more market improvement on season 1. And I guess I just approach it like this is supposed to be just season 2. This isn't supposed to be a new game. Mm-hmm. These were originally constructed to be released as bite-sized chunks, just like season 1 was. And I mean, sure, the mechanics that they've added, like the hiding in foliage and whatnot, they make it they seem to make it a little better. And I mean, I'm positing here because I'm just thinking about what if this wasn't in it. I mean, I think it would make the Columbia level way different. And it would make a lot of the nature-based levels way different if the foliage wasn't there, or at least the foliage hiding in the foliage. Which I gotta say, that is the dumbest kind of funny. Like when you're in Colombia, you're like outside this gigantic drug cartel villa, and you're trying to like take out guards to get in, and you basically throw something to distract them, and they come looking for it. You basically kill one of the guards in front of the other one. He's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And then you duck into foliage. You're like, "Oh wait, where'd he go?" Like, it is so good.
That is pretty funny.
Like, it is the dumbest kind of great, and I love it to death. And we were talking before we started the show that like Corey was talking about having it on Game Pass and hopefully being able to import it all, which I'm actually going to. I actually do not have a lot of season 1. I thought I did because I thought it ended up free at some point. But I'm actually going to go back, get season 1. I'm going to play all of them in 2 and do season 1 just because I've not had the Hitman itch in a very long time. And like Moose was talking about earlier, getting a PS3. I was looking at all the other ones. I'm like, man, I have to get a PS3 to do it. How much is a PS3? Might be able to make that happen at some point. So I don't know. But I'm really I'm in love with that franchise all over again. And I'm glad to be back after 12 years. And then finally, I got VR on a Black Friday sale. And I tried Tetris Effect. Man, I wanted to try more than just Tetris Effect in VR, but I've not wanted to play anything but Tetris Effect in VR since I put that headset on. Reba tried it on, and she's like, we have it. I had it like in a level, and she's just looking around. She's like, whoa! And she immediately, like right as I put it back on and started playing, she's like looking up games. She's like, hey, wait, we should try this. We should try this. We should try this. I'm like, I love you. But yeah, Tetris Effect in VR. I think Todd Oxtra on Secret Friends Unite said it correctly. Tetris Effect normally is amazing. Tetris Effect in VR is a religion. And yeah, like this is the first time I've really felt the immersion of VR more so than when I played Eve Valkyrie up in upstate New York. Mm-hmm. That was sort of the use case that said, oh, wait a minute, this is the difference.
Yeah,
for VR, because I mean, when you're like angling when you're chasing a ship and you see it pull off, and your controller's right here, but you look and it's behind you, and you can just sort of remap. You see yourself remapping, and you recognize that, oh, wait a minute, I just did that like I was actually in a plane.
Yeah.
Like that's sort of like, oh, that's the deeper level there. But this was like the first time that I'm like felt like I was in the Matrix, I guess. But yeah, Tetris Effect is that good in VR. I don't want to say it's better because I don't think it's any different, but it's just more so in VR. And I recommend it. And plus, like the theater mode in VR is actually really cool, where you can look around and you see like that they constructed the everything out way further than you even think. Like there's a desert level where you just see camels just walking, like a trail of camels. It looks like the album cover of Sleep's Dope Smoker, and you just sort of turn around and look back, and you just see them going towards the horizon. And yeah, Tetris Effect is really good. Play it any way you can. I cannot believe how in love with that game I am. And then
could that be your game of the year?
You know, it's created a lot of questions. It's created a lot of questions. Okay. I don't know yet. I've started my own little argument with myself about it, but I did not work Thanksgiving Day, but I had to stay up the day before so I could keep my sleep schedule. And Ahmed and I played a lot of Dark Souls 2 that day.
Very nice.
Dark Souls 2 is pretty good.
I need to get rolling on that and beat it.
I'm at Iron Keep. It's those alone nights are angry, but Dark Souls 2 is really good.
Everything's angry in the Dark Souls world. Yeah. I don't think there's even the people that are there to help you are angry.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's true.
And that's what I've been playing.
Nice.
So, yeah. We got a bunch of user questions. We have a couple left over from last week's show.
You mean viewer questions?
No, they're users.
They
use our content to fuel their life. Yeah.
Anyway, we've got user and listener viewer questions. And apparently the Pillsbury Doughboy's here. Thank you for making this cameo. Checks in the mail, Pillsbury Doughboy. So I'm going to start with the two we left off because my internet shat the bed last week.
Didn't notice when I had to edit.
Didn't notice at all.
The first show I actually had to edit. In
fact, it was a great show because I was gone for most of it.
It's the first show I actually had to sit and edit for longer than 20 minutes.
Sorry, dude. So we're gonna kick things off with Sam Hall. What is your favorite part of doing Nerds Gone Rogue? How do you guys think you've succeeded where maybe some of your peers have failed or lost interest? I've noticed quite a few people you've had on over the years have come and gone, yet you still thrive and still seem to grow and come up with cool ideas outside of podcasting. Who is your inspiration? Love your show and all you do.
That's a loaded question. There's a lot to.
That's a dense question. There's a lot to
unpack here, guys. Lot to unpack.
Who wants to start?
My favorite thing about Nerds Gone Rogue is that it allows me to, for the most part, I like to be creative, and this allows me to be creative doing things that I love, which is playing video games, and I get to talk about them with my friends, and I've gained a lot of good friends out of doing this too, and that's kind of become one of my favorite things about this is not just everybody in Nerds Gone Rogue, but Todd or Ray, Lee, and Becky, or people doing stuff outside of this too, and it's like getting to play games with these people and have them on as guests, and just I've made a lot of friends doing this, which is something I mean, before doing this, didn't really have like a ton of friends, I mean, I have friends, but like, you guys have become my best friends. I'm just going to put it that way. And it's like, I'm glad I get to do this every week with you guys and Ed and Jesse, and sometimes with Jason and Moose and Jeff, and it's like I like doing this because it's become kind of like a big friendship family, and it's fun. I like coming in here and just messing with you guys, even if I'm dead tired and don't talk.
Let us run away with our bloodborne speak.
Yeah, kind of. You usually do. Usually,
all you have to do is ring the bell, Corey. I don't see why this is so hard.
True.
And,
but
just to interject, Lee Navarro's in the chat, president accounted for. Just like Discord, he's here as the prophecies foretold. By the way, we have a Discord now.
Oh yeah,
we do.
Discord.
We do have a Discord, which is awesome.
And,
I don't know all the details for it yet. I just uploaded the image today, so
I will say this: the Discord intros are great.
Our server name is Nerds Gone Rogue, so if you want to look for it,
okay. But like when you get into a chat, like it gets like a randomly generated intro. It's so good. I joined Kenny Hall's and it said Infinite Rewinds here as the prophecy foretold. I'm like, yes, it knew I was coming. And then apparently Lee got that one. Lee got that one too, and now God Complex is going right to his head.
Well, when Moose came in, it says a Svhenn has spawned in the server.
when I get onto ours, it said Big Infinite Rewind is here. I'm like, is it calling me fat?
Big can be tall. It can be tall.
And then it says it's dangerous to go alone. Take Mr. Hefe.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Don't take him to Lordran. Oh, no.
No.
I think Discord's also racist because it asks Ed to leave his weapons by the door.
Ooh.
He's going to need his weapons in our Discord. Coming at you, Ed. Coming at you.
Sometimes I'm just afraid to open our Facebook chat, our big group Facebook chat, because I'm just afraid of what's happening in there between Ed and everybody else.
I usually wait a while, then once I know I'm ready to roll those dice, that's when I open it.
Yeah.
So continue. What else? What else? Where do you think we've succeeded where others have failed?
I don't know. I mean, how do you measure success when we're not? I mean, like we're just hanging out doing a podcast. I mean, it's not. I mean, I think we succeed because, like, I mean, we don't go out of our way to make time to do this. We just do it because we enjoy doing it, and we come up with ideas, and we allow people to explore those ideas if they have them. And it's like if we don't have time to do them, or if we take a couple weeks off here and there, it's like this week we don't have a POW block or Arsenal X going up because we didn't. I mean, we had time,
Life's
but
weird, man. It gets in the way.
But also, like, it was a holiday weekend, and it's just like, look, we're just not going to do them this weekend. And it's just whatever. See you next week.
Yeah, is what it is. Yeah.
And I think we succeed because we all kind of feed off of each other and have good discussions and good ideas and good conversations and laugh, and like we laugh when we need to. We're serious when we need to be. We just kind of do it,
In my opinion, I think we succeed just because we're three guys just wanting to hang out with our friends and talk about video games. We're not trying to like push to become a huge podcast. We're not trying to like, I need this to be my income maker. Like we're just here having fun.
That too. I mean, we've had
continuity and dedication, as Lee says.
We've had that conversation on here before too, right? It's like, we've dealt with people who've tried to make this their job, and it's like it doesn't work out. We've seen that. We've seen that in multiple places, right? And I mean, not just like people we've done stuff with, but like outside of this too. We've seen people struggle to do that, and like, I mean, I've known some people that have just gotten in serious trouble because they were trying to do that, and that's where we succeed too. Is like we're not trying to make this a business, you know, and it's like, it's not like we haven't had an opportunity or two, and it's just like we don't want to, you know, we just don't want to. And I think that's to Moose's point, is like, we're just 3 dudes or 7 dudes hanging out talking about video games every week in various forms, you know.
I mean, Lee makes a good point. Lots of groups want to be the next Kind of Funny or Giant Bomb.
Giant Bomb Midwest. See, we did it, guys.
I mean, I remember we had this discussion early on in Platinum Achievements. I'm like, look, the goal can't be to make money. If the goal is to make money, everything else will suffer.
Yeah, it'll fall apart.
And
I mean, to be fair, there is a right way to go about doing that. Yeah. But like, you know, Matt and I have had this conversation a few times too. It's like, you go the Patreon route, you have to do extra stuff that maybe you don't want to do, or like you go this another crowdfunding route. And it's like, how do you, like, it's just, you don't want that kind of pressure either. And it's just like, we do this because we want to do it. We don't want to do extra stuff because we have to do it.
Exactly. Now, I don't want to get it twisted. If for some reason something were to happen where someone came in and decided to change all of that for us, like, that's a discussion we would bring everybody in on.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not about to say like, okay, everybody, we're gonna start making money now. So everybody, forget about the jobs where you have benefits. It's all that. No, I'm not doing that.
Benefits. Jeez.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Don't scare me.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a kid now.
You got a kid.
My dude,
Jason,
when my kid,
Jeff has a kid.
Jason's about to have another one.
Yeah,
dude, when Riley was born, God, thank God, my job has like good benefits, dude.
Oh man.
Or I wouldn't even be able to. I would be doing this podcast from like a tin can with a string attached to Matt's house. It's a long piece of string.
That is a long piece of string.
Yeah. I'd be living underneath his apartment building.
Right.
Donna would leave me. No. Just kidding. Well, I give it a good 5 years.
Lee also says there's something else to that. There's a lot between working to achieve your dreams and just giving up the reality of life. Yeah, that's a good point. And like, I think my answer would echo what Corey and Moose have said. Like, I'm more interested in just having a chat with my buds, and I also like that you guys have been receptive to just bringing others in, because like, I mean, like last year when we did our Game of the Year bonus, I just basically said to people that I wanted to chat with, hey, come talk with us about Game of the Year, and you know, and I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do that this year too. I will have messages out to those who responded. Also, like, that was something I wanted to do with the Platinum Achievement podcast too, where I actually went out and interviewed like 15 different people, and I edited the interviews myself. I gave them to the guys, and then they just never got published, and it was because I didn't know how to do it. And you know, and everyone's like, "Well, who's going to edit these?" I'm like, "They're edited. They're done. All you need to do is put the bumpers on them, and you're good." And it just never got done. I felt really bad about that, and I messaged everybody that I interviewed, and I'm like, you know, this sucks. I'm sorry that we let you down. But you know, I'm more interested in just talking to people than worrying about. I have a job. I don't need this to be a job. This does not need to be a job.
Yeah. So, I mean, to get back on track, it's just like, I think this has been really just. I mean, if we quit tomorrow, right, this has been one of the best things I think I've ever done in life, creatively, with friends. Like, if we quit tomorrow, this will always be something I look at as like a positive experience.
Yeah,
because like
it's a good time.
Like I don't ever like theoretically.
And we've had plenty of people try and bring us down about it. We've had plenty of people.
True.
Plenty.
True. Yeah. Another reason why we started saying "Nerds Gone Rogue" in full instead of
Apparently, I can't quit. I have to do tomorrow's show.
Okay, so Moose, you can quit Wednesday. That's fine.
But I mean, I just like, theoretically, I don't ever want this to end because you guys are like I said, you guys have become some of my best friends, and like not being able to hang out and talk every week would kind of suck. But like, I mean, if we did have to end tomorrow, like this is one of the best things I think it's ever happened. Like it's a good time. Yeah. So
consistency is good too.
Yeah. Consistently mediocre.
Yeah, we still haven't. I don't think there's been a week where a show has not gone up.
No, we have never missed a week since we started.
Let's keep going. We're gonna Iron Man Lou Gehrig this shit. Now,
and even if I know the next couple, at the end of December and January, holidays are on Mondays, and we are trying to schedule stuff around that so we don't miss weeks. But in case we do, I took it upon myself to make a best of Nerds Gone Rogue.
No shit, you did not.
Which is another. I wasn't going to announce it yet. I was going to announce it during Game of the Year.
Oh, okay.
But in case we miss a week,
you are getting The Real Adventures of Jesus starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I already edited that part. I already edited that part of the show. And it's like, dude, Ed's face during that whole segment is
it's so good.
It's so priceless. I'm 36 episodes in, guys. So, but I mean, it was a really bad idea, but also I think it's going to turn out all right. So,
all right, sweet.
It's probably going to be like a 3.5 hour show. So,
great, perfect. Now, I think I can answer this question for Corey and I. Sam's second part of his question. Who is our inspiration? Pretty sure Corey's shirt says it all. I don't really. I've always I've been a Giant Bomb fan since 2011, and I didn't go there for the video games. I found myself I was looking for good video game podcasts. Someone said that's a good one, and then I realized that I don't want to stay here for them talking about games. Granted, I love the way they talk about games. I think they are very smart when they talk about games, despite, Gersman can be kind of a grump.
Kind of
a grump.
That's an understatement.
I mean, he's kind of a grump. But I think when he gets on board with something, he's on board. They don't have a Greg Miller who's just happy to be involved. They bring they bring a certain, I don't want to say maturity, but they bring a certain amount of know-how to talking about games. Also, when they go on their little tangents, those are the best things, because they end up being the things that I laugh at the most. And I remember when Dan Reichert joined up, I didn't really like him on the Game Informer show, but I feel like he is actually perfect for Giant Bomb. Mm-hmm. He is the Waluigi of that crew. And I think that that was something that Giant Bomb kind of needed. And I didn't even realize they needed it. And he's actually grown in my estimation. And I feel like I want something that does what Giant Bomb does, not in so much that it's popular or even smart about games coverage or talking about games, but something to bring out the best of everything involved. And I feel like that's what Giant Bomb does. And I feel like between the 7 of us, we bring out the best of each other. And I think that's what I like more than, and that's why they inspire me. Mm-hmm. Anything to add, you two?
I mean, I don't really know exactly like how we ended up where we're at now, except that like, you know, my brain is like, I have a good idea, let's do it. And then I look at my calendar and my clock and I'm like, I don't have time to do any of this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Matt, you fell asleep during Destiny. Let's do a podcast.
Yeah, kind of. So, I mean, like, I don't know. Matt pretty much said it. Like, Giant Bomb is a huge inspiration for what I've been doing. And at the beginning, it was kind of like, when I first started doing stuff was when all those guys left IGN to do Kind of Funny stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, I kind of want to do that too. You know, like I had always thought about doing it. And at one point I wanted to do it. And then things just kind of happened and life happened and just kind of moved away from it. You know, like, oh, well, this hobby is going to be really expensive and whatever. And then I was just like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And so I started writing and I was like, well, I need somebody to do a podcast with. And then the DNA stuff happened and, you know, then this happened, and then we kind of spun this out of DNA, and then DNA stopped, and then we kind of formed our own little group here, and it became more of like, I just want to talk about games and do a show that we want to do instead of like being the news guys, because people always talk news. Now, granted, we have 3 shows all about the news of the game stuff, but it's like, you know, we have personalities that make those shows unique. You know, I was searching for PlayStation podcasts on iTunes the other day, and guess what? Nerds Gone Platinum, when you search PlayStation podcasts, is on the list of top PlayStation podcasts now. Granted, it's at the very bottom, but it's there. Like, that's an achievement unto itself.
Bottom of the top list.
Just gives us a reason to keep climbing.
You know, we're moving on up,
I mean, but you know what I mean? Like, Moose and Jason and Jeff have taken an idea that Ed and I had, and like, we were like, well, we have a Nintendo show, maybe we should have a PlayStation or an Xbox show, and we spun it out, and like, Moose tells the story all the time.
Don't have no games.
And you know, Moose and Jason kind of took it over and added Jeff, and like, now look where it's at. It's our number 1 downloaded show, right? So it's just like, that inspires me to keep going, because I see the success we're having with most of our stuff, and like the stuff that doesn't have success, we cut. Like, we've cut so many things, at least on the YouTube side, and it's like, our podcasts do so much better than our YouTube stuff. You know, Moose, you and I were having this conversation after a show one week where, like, you know, one week you'll have like close to 100 views on an episode of Platinum Plays or whatever, and then you'll have 4 views on the next one, and it's like, why is that? You know, and it's like
inconsistency.
Yeah, and so, you know, on the 10-year Giant Bomb show, Jeff Gersman said something about, you know, he's always had a fascination with radio, right? And as I kind of look at where we're headed into 2019 with Nerds Gone Rogue, I'm like, he makes a really good point, and I actually have a lot of the same thoughts about radio that he has, right? And it's like, I would rather move forward doing podcasts and stuff like this and growing our podcasts than doing YouTube stuff, with the way they're changing YouTube, the way they're redoing the algorithms, the way content's getting out to people. Like, I would rather just do podcasts, to be honest with you. And, you know, I mean, Pod and Play's pretty successful for us. Our Indie Showcase stuff on Nintendo Pal Block's pretty successful, but like, our podcasts are the stuff that I would rather be pouring our hearts and souls into, which is why I'm switching our stuff over to different RSS feeds, right? Is because like, it'll allow the other shows to get on Spotify, which will help them grow, which will help, you know, that's, I mean, it's all just, yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with that, but like, I really enjoy the podcasts, and that when he was talking about radio stuff, and that's why he wanted to get into podcasting and stuff, is like, yeah, that's why I want a podcast too, you know? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I took a radio class in high school and ended up on the radio for 4 years. Like I've always been fascinated with that. I think that's a cool thing.
Yeah. And like, I've been listening to, like, for a few years, I've been listening to a lot of, when I'm in my car or working or whatever, besides podcasts. Like, I listen to a lot of podcasts, but I also listen to a lot of like sports talk radio, which is also something I thought about podcasting about instead of video games for a while, was like Cleveland sports and stuff. Cause there's not really any, I mean, there's a few, but there's not really any popular Cleveland sports podcasts. Right. So, I mean, there's like Cleveland Browns Daily and Cavs Fifth Quarter and whatnot, but those are like official radio station style podcasts, right? They're not
like
just
fan based.
The only
amateur.
The most popular fan based podcast around here is called The Curse, and they started in like 2014, right? Because Cleveland hadn't won a championship in anything since like the 40s or whatever,
right?
And like, it's a good podcast, but it's like the only one. So I don't know, but I actually really enjoy talking about video games a lot more than sports for this long period of time.
I feel like I mean, like, I would talk about soccer, but I wouldn't talk about it in any sort of meaningful way. And Lee's in the
I'll talk about soccer. Guess what? Akron U is number 7 in the country.
Congratulations. Go
They're
Zips.
Good, though.
Woo! Lee's in the chat. He said that he and Ray were going to do a sports podcast before they did video games. And I think that they had told us that story when we were up for Extra Life. I want to move on to the next question.
That's probably a good idea.
Good idea.
Okay. Ashley Davidson asks, what do you guys think about games in 2018? I know you're about to do Game of the Year stuff, but how do you feel about the year overall?
It's been such a weird year for me because like,
it's been a weird one.
I mean, like there weren't a lot of great games at the beginning of the year. I mean, there was a few, right? Like Celeste but it wasn't crowded like last year's beginning, like with Horizon and Ghost Recon and Zelda and Mass Effect. Like that crowded bunch of months didn't happen this year.
Yeah, last year was really dense with great games.
Yeah, so like, I mean, for me, it's been a really weird year because like I spent 3 months barely playing in games because of the baby, right? And like God of War, I started and then waited 3 months to finish it. And there's just been a bunch of games that I've been playing here and there, little bits and pieces of, but like I haven't really sat down to play a game in a while. Like I've only finished 2 games this year. I mean, I just haven't had time to like sit down and play them, and everything I want to play, just like what happened to the year, you know? I have 5 weeks to finish all these games, and it's like, well, it's just been a year. It's been one of those years.
Do you feel with the baby and your further restriction on your time, do you think that you think that will affect your purchasing for next year as far as new games?
I don't think so. I mean, like I already have like a short list of games that I want to buy next year, and it's like I'm already starting to like budget out stuff for that, you know, and if it's available on Amazon, I'll try to prepay for it. Like I'll go get a gift card for it or whatever, and like you know, I mean, the grocery stores around here sell prepaid Amazon gift cards, so like I'll just go buy one and apply it to that purchase. And like New Super Mario Brothers U for Switch, I'm getting you know, I already have a short list of games I want to get and play. So
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not going to be the problem. The problem is finding the time to play them. But you know, whatever happens with me at work, there's a couple different ways I could be moving in my current workplace. So like
which is good.
Which means I can stay up a little bit later. Like, the only reason why I don't play more games now is because I'm in a truck for 8 or 9 hours a day, and like I want to make sure I get sleep so I don't fall asleep driving, because that's terrifying.
Yeah. No, it is. It is.
But like once I'm like out of the truck, like I can stay up later, and I can, I won't be driving, so I can afford to stay up late once or twice a week. So,
okay.
But, yeah, that was another thing too. Big change this year was getting a new job and trying to. Yeah, it's just been a weird year for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
you had a baby, so
also true, baby. That baby happened.
Yeah.
Tell you what, though, I have that little Yarn Yoshi amiibo.
Mm-hmm.
She likes it.
Yeah.
At a girl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Moose, thoughts on 2018?
It's been a pretty dang good year as far as my main platform, which is PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, although that's multi-platform, but still, it's a game that came out this year. A lot of little really good indies, and it's just I don't know. For me, it's better than 2017.
Okay.
Personally, like 2017 was like, yeah, Horizon's my game of the year, but like this year, it's gonna be tough on picking my game of the year, mainly between I think 2 games. So it's gonna be a struggle, but anyways, I don't know. What about you, man?
I think where 2018 was dense, full of games of like super high quality, I think the peaks of 2018 have been as good or better. I also think the valleys have been. I mean, it really depends on how you want to measure that, because like there have been some bad games, but I think it's weird how much a bad game like The Quiet Man has gotten discussed over and over.
Just shut up, people.
Yeah, like we get it. You don't like it, but like you keep playing it. So
Mm-hmm.
there's some masochism there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like I found it a lot harder to commit to games this year than I did last year. I mean, like, granted, when God of War came out, I'm like, okay, I'm in, playing this to completion. Spider-Man, started playing. Oh, okay, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when I finally got around to Monster Hunter, like I want to play more of that, but I know that it's kind of endless, so I will get what I need to out of it, and then move on. Red Dead, I don't think it's a bad game. It's still kind of a bummer to me though. I wanted that to be more absorbing and less deterring than it has been. But then again, like any other year, a game like Tetris Effect wouldn't have come out. A game like Hitman 2 wouldn't have come out.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to play the game of circumstance. I think there have been, Celeste is a fucking surprise to me. Iconoclast is a fucking surprise to me. I'm
Dead Cells.
Dead Cells I kind of knew. I didn't.
Well, yeah, we knew. Yeah,
I knew it was coming, but like I didn't know I was gonna fall that hard for Dead Cells. I still have to try Moonlighter. If you would have told me,
You mean Moonlight?
No, Moonlighter.
Moonlighter.
Is it ER?
Yeah.
I thought it was Moon. Okay.
But also, if you had told me that a Metroidvania pinball game was going to come out and be good, I would have said you're crazy. And then you would have just showed me Yoku's Island Express. Like, I did not expect that at all. I still have to try Gardens Between, Into the Breach. Like,
Mm-hmm.
A chess game with mechs that's a roguelike and basically a strategy game. There's the roguelike part of that is the only thing that is matte. I did not expect the rest of that to be as matte as it is. And fuck, like there have been some really, really good games. I think that what makes it different than 2018 is the varying quality. I don't want to say quality, but like the variety is super interesting this year. Whereas last year there was kind of a lot that was just done before. You know what I mean? Not that last year was bad, but like I feel like we're getting a more wider variety this year than we did last year. Just not as much of it. It's not because this year has been back heavy, not front heavy at all.
Jason's in the chat saying Time Spinner. No, I've played that. I need to play more of it.
Yeah,
you should play that.
I need to play.
See if that'll be on your list because it might be. It's good.
I've got a list of 7 games I need to play a little bit before I finalize my list.
If I was going to be honest, it would probably be higher than Chasm.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, those games finally came out. Chasm and
Death's Gambit.
And like
Iconoclast is good too.
Iconoclast, yeah.
Chasm, while I have my issues with it, like I don't think that's a bad game at all.
No, no.
Like,
definitely not a bad game.
I mean, Death's Gambit, holy shit! Like, it's not Dark Souls to the level of Salt and Sanctuary, but what else is?
Yeah. It's different.
Yeah,
and it's nice.
And it's really good. I mean, and there were games that like I wanted to be good, like The Messenger, and it just wasn't. And I might be wrong on that one. Whatever. So yeah, I think that kind of sums up how we feel about the year. It's been weird.
Ooh,
it's been good.
Battle Princess Madeline's next week. Very nice.
Oh god damn it. Not another game.
That game's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I already think I know what my indie game of next year is going to be if it comes out next year. Yeah.
So we're moving on to El Capitan of the Phoenix Overdrive Nation, Ray Osorio. Hype for Red Dead Online? Yay? Nay?
Not really.
Yes.
I didn't even buy Red Dead, so.
I mean, I have it, so I'll try it. I don't know
that's my whole thing.
I don't know if hype is there.
Me and Christian and Jeff are going to get together, and Christian and I are going to watch Jeff kill cows because that's what he does. He just finds the cows and kills them. I think he did that in Ghost Recon Wildlands. Him and Jose, like we were all playing like the beta or something, and him and Jose like were in a chopper. Like it was after Jason and I went to bed, and they were playing, and he just took the minigun and mowed down a whole field of cows. Yeah, Jason's right. People got to eat.
People got to eat. Doing the Lord's work. Okay,
That's
let's move on.
Anyways, yeah.
The most polite man in New Jersey. Sorry, Jason. Rob Rinaldi asks,
Jason's not polite.
He's all right.
He's all right.
Would you buy a Switch XL?
Depends on what it could do.
Yeah.
Depends on
if it's the Switch with more memory.
Yeah, I mean, like if it had like the Tegra X2 chip, which is the big rumor right now, or like more power through the dock, so games like Zelda and some of these other games that don't quite run at 1080p run at 1080p and like a frame rate boost or whatever, like I would totally buy one, but like it just depends on what it can do and like what the big thing is like how would third parties utilize the extra power too is like that kind of stuff. Because I mean, as great as Doom and Wolfenstein look on Switch, it's not the preferred way to play those games,
right?
Right? Because like obviously they look better on PlayStation and Xbox and PC and frame rates higher and whatever. Like the big point of those games to have it on Switch is for it to be portable. But, Moose, again, before the show started, we were talking about how we wished the Joy-Cons were like a tad wider so the control, like the stick wasn't right below the face buttons. And, it's just, there's a lot that needs to go into it. But, I mean, I would consider it if, as long as like my Joy-Cons worked with it or, my other stuff that I have already purchased outside of, like I have an extra dock because it was on sale. Like if I could use that with this new Switch, like sure I would get one, but
yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. Like it depends on like what's the Switch XL doing for me?
Yeah.
If it's just
like I don't want it to be any bigger, but I mean if it had like a nicer screen and maybe onboard memory for once, like
I feel like if they're gonna make it bigger, like they have to be very careful with how they do that, because that's already kind of a. I mean, if you're doing this, like all of a sudden you're carrying something that's
then it just
possibly more breakable than it already is.
It just defeats the purpose of what it is already. Like I mean, it's already teetering that fine line of being too big.
Granted, if you take the Joy-Cons off, there are phones as big as that screen.
True. But
yeah, like I mean,
I wouldn't really want a bigger version. I would just want it to have better technology inside and maybe like a cleaner screen, or you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't need it to be bigger. I just want it to be more powerful and
beefier,
and have a battery that lasts longer than 2.5 hours, or maybe it doesn't get as hot so the casing doesn't crack. I mean, fortunately, that hasn't happened to me yet, but
yeah, me either. So Nerds Gone Rogue favorite Deshaun Malone.
Woo!
He says, "What up, my white brethren? Hopefully, the internet is kind to you tonight. I think it's doing all right tonight, Deshaun.
It's doing all right.
What kind of services do you expect from the next gen of consoles? Do you think there will be discless versions of the consoles?" I feel like Lee is going to have a ton to say about this. I wish we could bring him in.
But no, he'll just make fun of us because we're not using Super Recorder 6000. We're using Hangouts.
Wait, isn't he always the one that has the problem when he tries to join our shows? You can make fun of us all you want from that ivory tower. At least my shit works.
I don't care how many World of Warcraft special editions you buy. It works. Update your driver.
Oh, look, he's using all caps. I have it fixed.
Well, we're glad you got it fixed, Lee.
How many?
Come on, man. You never had to say it, man.
How many hard drives you got?
Love you, Lee. So
I love Lee. Just messing with him. Just a good time.
Like I don't think services will change much.
The one thing I do have to say about that, though, is I do think that Xbox will merge Xbox Live and Game Pass at some point, or at least offer you the option to bundle them.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that's probably the one real misstep they've done.
But there is a rumor that next year they will be offering a cheap Xbox One with no disc drive for people who have Game Pass. So
yeah,
I mean
that's fine, but like I think you have to offer both because
there'll be both, and I don't think there'll be discless ones right out of the gate. But I think at some point, if like there is a cloud option of Xbox or PlayStation, like the streaming thing, whatever they're all talking about right now, is like there will be some sort of discless box, but I don't think it's going to be for the majority of the people who play games, because people still like going in the stores, picking up the boxes, looking at them, getting the discs, putting the discs in.
They still like owning the game, because like if you think about it, when you buy digital, they can remove that game and it's gone.
Yeah.
If you own physical, they can't take the physical copy away from you.
Yeah, there's a show I was listening to the other day where like a lot of like the Konami brawlers, like the Ninja Turtles arcade game, the X-Men arcade game, like those, the Simpsons, like all those cool arcade games are just gone. And like they removed the licenses from 360, so you can't, even if you purchase them, you cannot play them, you know. And it's kind of sucks because there's no good way to play those games anymore. But yeah, that's the dangers of going all digital. But like at the same time, if Xbox or PlayStation like cease to exist, there's probably something bigger going on in the world than just like, you know.
Yeah, something led to that.
I mean, look, one day I'm not going to be able to play Destiny anymore either, right? And it's just like, oh, well, that was just a time and place where like it was super fun to play sometimes, but you know, got it, and you just move on. There's always going to be more games to play. The only systems that I have physical copies for now are my Nintendo systems.
Yeah,
you know, and like even recently, I've been thinking about moving to all digital on Switch, except for the fact that memory cards cost a kidney and a toe. And I don't.
Or your firstborn.
Yeah.
Or your firstborn.
I get you a toe. I get you a toe by 3:00 this afternoon with nail polish.
Like I would love to have a 1 terabyte micro SD card in my Switch and just go all digital, but that's not gonna happen. So I just keep buying the physical stuff. And even then, some of the third-party stuff still is like, hey, you need 8 gigabytes to download this garbage multiplayer mode you'll never play. So.
Yeah, physical. Like I feel like there has to be a way to. The only way we get completely discless systems is if somehow the used game industry is completely eliminated, or maybe publishers just say, you know what, we're done doing physical.
Which, judging by going out Black Friday, like, well, Thursday evening after dinner with my cousins, like, we went to a couple GameStops, and judging by this area, the used game market's not going anywhere anytime soon. So,
no.
I mean, so we'll see.
No, I think as far as services, like across the board, next generation, backwards compatibility has to be a fucking thing, as does crossplay.
Well, I think that's where like you were talking, where Corey was talking about merging Xbox Live with Game Pass. I think PlayStation would be smart to merge Plus with PlayStation Now, to try and, for people who don't own the games, allow them to rent them. You know what I mean? Or be able to, you know, have it in their rotation. But if they also do the backwards compatibility where, you know, we own Bloodborne, when we buy our PS5, we can play Bloodborne on our PS5, you know, without needing the service. Although they roll it together, we'll still be paying for PlayStation or PS Plus just because we like to talk to our friends online and play games with our friends online. But
free stuff every month ain't bad.
No, and I just re-upped for 12 months for like $40.
Yeah, so they were all on sale today.
Yeah, today's the last day to buy that, to pick that up for like $29.99. It's $30. You can still get the digital codes on Amazon, Matt, just so you know. So it's just, you know, it's like maybe bringing those together. What I would like to see is maybe not services, just more like upgrades. Like, give me 60 frames per second. Give it to me. I want it.
Yeah, I mean,
yesterday. I don't want this. We're 30 frames locked, but then you're not really 30 frames locked because sometimes it dips. You can't fucking lie. So it's like, let's put out, I think we've heard rumors where it's $4.99 might be the PS5 price point, which if it is, that means it could be a little bit beefier instead of trying to like water it down. And in all honesty, if I'm going to buy a console and have it as long as I've had my PS4, then I'll pay that $500 for a beefier system.
Yeah, you know? But I want them to get it right the first time. I don't want
that
some
too.
kind of like,
that's the other thing. Yes.
Like these mid-generation console upgrades was like, if like, honestly, if especially the Xbox's case where it was just like, hey, you know how your games don't run at 900p here's a 4K box. It's way better. Sorry. Like I want them to get it right the first time.
I agree with that too, but I can see them wanting to move their consoles in a quote unquote upgradable way. Like move them down a path where you can be like, I want a little bit more memory.
Like a modular console where you can just
like a couple of things here or there.
This box has 8 gigs of RAM. We can upgrade it to 12 by sliding in this special thing.
Blu-ray. Well, I mean, I guess the next ones would be Blu-ray out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Ultra HD Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the Pro isn't.
No,
so,
the Xbox One and the Xbox One S also has a 4K Blu-ray player in it.
But anyways, that's my other thing. Like, get away from fucking resolution and go with I want frame rate. I'll take 1080p. I'll take 980.
I think if
60 frames per second over 4K.
I think if
people who want 4K are idiots.
These boxes are hitting 1080p now. Like the next boxes are guaranteed. I bet they will run at 1440p and 60 frames a second. Or I still don't think you're going to hit full 4K and full 60 frames a second next gen.
No, I don't think
I really don't.
I don't think you're going to hit 4K 60. No, you're not.
Keep the boxes cheap.
I would rather whatever they're putting out run at whatever resolution is going to run at, but hit 60 frames.
Yeah, it's solid, and I would say you might not be able to do it all the time because if you look at games like Diablo where you have the insanity of so many monsters rushing at the same time, or you have a game like Bloodborne where you have a huge ass boss and a lot going on at the same time. Okay, but at least have it be more than 90% of the time. It's 60 frames per second. Let's get in the majority.
Games that's going to be a crapshoot anyway because it depends on
you got connections. See, and that's the thing where we're talking with the cloud, and going disc free. Like, if you can download your game, that's okay. But if we're talking like streaming boxes, you're relying way too much on the shitty ass infrastructure that is the American internet
wants
service.
to invest in.
Nobody wants to invest in it. The cable companies are going to milk it till the end, and Americans will still keep paying for the price and still keep paying for the price of the shitty ass fucking internet. And so streaming, I don't think streaming is not going to take off because it's not going to be responsive enough and it's not going to be fast enough, and especially for the people who still live out in the middle of nowhere and don't have internet. There's some people that are playing games now in this gen that are not getting the patches because they don't have internet.
Internet reliably or at all.
Right.
But also, I think a couple of things, and I know we don't like to bring it up here, but I think the politics of the internet needs to change too. Like net neutrality is going to really fuck with anybody trying to stream. As well as the fact that the internet is not a general utility. So no one because anybody who wants to, make their internet better, they have to invest themselves. And then they have to force that investment onto their consumers. And I mean, I don't have to tell you how much people hate internet providers. I mean, Google, I don't like Comcast. I'll bet you'll find plenty of material to work with. Same with Verizon, same with anybody. There are probably some local ISPs that have really good things that have a really good service area that people are happy with. But the big guys, no one likes them because dealing with them is kind of a pain. And until that becomes a general utility where it's a forced infrastructure that everybody has to have, we're not going to get to that streaming future where it's reliable. Our second to last question comes from Greg Schnabel. What do y'all think of the rumor about a Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword remake?
I mean,
I have a thought.
Yeah.
Don't.
Here's the thing.
We just had a whole big talk about motion controls at the beginning of this. Don't do it.
That's true.
Don't do it.
Can we just like
Not.
there's literally no way to fix that game.
Nope.
Like I wanted to like that game so bad. I could not. I wanted that game to be good, and like for them to put it out on Switch, they would have to totally remove motion controls, which would totally break that game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, why put the effort in? You know, like why? It sucks, but why? You just need to just let it go. Just let it go.
I think that there are two games that I have sat down and said, I hate this, and I'm going to beat it because I hate it. Skyward Sword is one of those. The other one is Assassin's Creed 2.
I got 10 hours. I got 10 hours into Skyward Sword. I got stuck on a Skulltula because you had to swipe at an angle, and my controller was not reading it. And I was like, I was like, I'm done. I can't. Yeah. I'm done.
I'm like, I'm going to finish this because people are saying it's great. Now, I think if you wanted to distill it down to its story within the context of the greater Zelda-verse, it's not bad, but that gameplay sucks.
Yeah, the story is actually like pretty fascinating, but like it's just you don't get any of it because you're too frustrated by the controls.
I mean, and like the setting is a cool idea. I mean, there's a lot about Skyward Sword that actually is okay, but the most important part of it is the worst part of it. and yeah, I don't think that should happen.
Yeah.
Now, I also don't want to say Nintendo needs to, disavow Skyward Sword existing. So, like, if they want to release it somewhere,
I mean, if they're
3DS, those people are still around,
I mean, if you're gonna port any of the Zelda games over, like, just port the Wii U versions of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, those games run fine. So.
And Twilight Princess is better than people give it credit for, and Wind Waker is probably one of the best in the series. Like, I mean, it's at least top 3 best for me.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sucks because like Ed and I were having this conversation the other day where like Wind Waker is the one Zelda game everybody wanted remade and re-released, and it's stuck on the 2 worst selling Nintendo systems ever made. Mm-hmm. Both times it's been released, it's been like put it on a platform people buy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So. Wind Waker's real good.
Yes, it is.
Thoughts on a Skyward Sword remake, Moose?
Don't.
Okay,
that's pretty much it. Give me Wind Waker. I'll buy that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. And then our final question, I feel like this is Todd stirring the pot. Todd Oxtra, what game of the year candidate do you think doesn't belong in the running this year? What would you swap it with? Now, I'm assuming he's talking about the Game Awards Game of the Year.
What are the Game Awards Game of the Years?
I don't remember. I think it's like
Red Dead, God of War, Celeste,
Spider-Man.
Hang on.
I think Spider-Man's in there.
I think Spider-Man's on there too.
Pretty much play everything on PlayStation.
Yeah. Everything is playable on PlayStation.
Everything is a thing.
World.
Get us that list, Matt. What you doing?
I'm looking it up right now.
I know you are. I was just trying to give the listeners who do not see a visual.
Okay, Celeste, God of War, Monster Hunter World, Red Dead Redemption 2, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and Spider-Man.
I mean,
Assassin's Creed Odyssey swap for Detroit.
Ew, gross.
I mean, since it's a franchise I just don't like, I will get rid of
You know what?
Assassin's
Since
Creed
Moose, you know what? Since you're riding that Sony pony, I'll let that one slide. But David Cage's games are garbage.
I think you could put any number of games here, like Dead Cells.
Yeah, Dead Cells should be on there. Actually, if you want honesty, swap Celeste for Dead Cells. But in the defense of Celeste, I've played way the hell more of Dead Cells than Celeste.
Yeah. And that's
Celeste gets kind of frustrating towards the middle with like the win level.
Okay.
Like it really just gets frustrating. Like I think the platforming is really good, but it's one of those games. It's kind of like, I mean, it doesn't play like the old Donkey Kong Country games, but it's the platforming for me is like when you get to the win,
reminiscent of that in a weird way.
When you get like, it's when you mess up platforming when it's out of your control is when it gets super frustrating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the wind parts of Celeste make it super frustrating, and like that's where Celeste kind of ends for me in terms of that talk. But like, and I know you can keep dying in Celeste and in Dead Cells, but the dying in Dead Cells is progress in a weird way.
Mm-hmm. In Celeste, it's really not.
And in Celeste, it's just like, oh, we're just going to add another number to your death count at the title screen to make you feel even worse about yourself. But then we're going to send you a nice message that says, keep going. I
think that you guys had a good talk on Platinum, Moose, about what makes a Game of the Year candidate.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you apply that talk here, almost all of these games are kind of the same. The only outlier is Celeste.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I feel like God of War and Spider-Man definitely had their emphasis on story, but it's like big budget polish in places we've been before. Same with Red Dead 2. I think the one difference between Red Dead 2 and 1 is that there's more of it. It's a better realized thing, but it might not be as good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in all honesty, I think God of War sticks around. I think God of War is probably, in terms of balancing gameplay and story, it's probably the best that balances all of that.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, I don't know if Spider-Man deserves to be on that list, but I think it's on that list because it surprised a lot of people that we got a decent Spider-Man game, and it's the first one we've gotten in a while. You know, the swinging feels good. The combat is better than most action games. Like, the story they're trying to tell is actually a real cool Spider-Man story, and it's different, and you know, you want to be engaged with it. And I mean, honestly, the story is the only reason why I'm still playing Spider-Man. You know, in all fairness, I don't care about Spider-Man. I'm not a huge superhero guy. There are superheroes that I like, you know, but it's not like I'm never gonna start my own version of Secret Friends Unite, right? Like I'm just not that kind of guy, you know.
Yeah.
Even though I enjoy listening to that show every week, but like, I'm engaged in the story because it's a good story, and that's why I'm still trying to push through Spider-Man for Game of the Year stuff, right? So, but in terms of overall quality and balancing and stuff, I think God of War hits it. The things I've been hearing about Red Dead is like, it's very deliberate and doesn't care if you think its controls suck or if you mess up or whatever, because it really wants you to pay attention to every little thing that you're doing, which I think is good and bad.
Yeah. I feel like that was a choice, whereas GTA's controls kind of stunk. Like, I feel like there's they're mapping this on purpose.
Yeah.
And they do. Their controls need to not be trash.
I mean, that's been a hit on Rockstar for a long time, though, right? Is like, their controls are they just have not been good. But man, it's tough. I mean, I think as much as I enjoyed Assassin's Creed Origins last year, I've tried 3 separate times to start Odyssey, and I just cannot get into it. I just can't. Like, I think Cassandra's a cool character, and I like the fact that like they're kind of weaving a lot of Greek history into it, but like just the first few missions that I've played, like I've probably played like 5 hours. I can't grab myself to put it in there. I just don't care.
I mean,
like,
it also seems like every Assassin's Creed game is up for Game of the Year. I mean,
what about
it seems like I feel like every time an Assassin's Creed game is released is up for Game of the Year because it's released in freaking October or November.
what if we did this?
Huh.
What if Assassin's Creed went out, Hitman 2 came in? What if Celeste went out and Tetris Effect came in?
I would still say Celeste needs to be on there. I would consider getting rid of Monster Hunter for Tetris Effect.
Yeah,
I would consider getting rid of Monster Hunter for even.
I mean, Monster Hunter is good, but like, I mean, the reason why I stopped playing Monster Hunter was like I like the concept of like going out hunting monsters to upgrade my gear and stuff. But like, when you go out there for 50 something minutes and fail and don't get any upgrades, like.
Let me tell you about Elusive Target in Hitman 2.
Yeah, but Hitman's not an RPG though.
So
I mean, I get it, but it's more of a.
At least in Monster Hunter, you get to try again.
Not all of them, not in everything.
In Monster Hunter, I'm pretty sure you do.
I some of the stuff is timed. It's like
I think like there was. Like the Horizon thing that was.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm with. All right, I'm back.
Which is the thing I failed at and didn't get. Which is also another reason why I stopped playing. Shut up.
I mean, I feel like I remember on your guys' show, you guys talked about like movie awards and things like that, and how the Oscars are, most of you guys don't watch those nominees, and that's fine. I think that the way that the Game Awards is structured is it's aimed at the masses. So they have to aim at they have to aim at what the masses are playing, and I feel like this is a good representation of that. The outlier is Celeste because people are still going, "Where's Celeste on there?" And those people are wrong in my opinion, but I feel like you kind of have to look at what's doing what games are doing themselves the best, I guess. It's probably like vague, but like freaking Into the Breach, it does strategy games the best this year, I think. Tetris Effect, it took, essentially probably the greatest game of all time, or the greatest video game of all time, and made it better, which is audacious in itself. I mean, sure, Red Dead 2 was probably the best Western game ever. But like Monster Hunter World, it might be like the Monster Hunter that brings everybody in. But Dark Souls 3 brought a ton of not Dark Souls people in. Bloodborne brought a ton of not Souls series people in, and like I feel like it's still just. I don't think that this is just because it's a niche franchise bringing everybody in doesn't necessarily mean it's doing the best.
Yeah.
Just because a really good indie band makes a major label contract with a debut that gets to number 1 doesn't mean it's their best album.
Sure it does.
No, it doesn't. Because Tim is not the best Replacements album. It's just not.
Okay.
Nevermind is not even the best Nirvana album.
Nothing's the best Nirvana.
Is that the one with the swimming baby on the front of it?
Corey knows music.
It's the only Nirvana album I know what it looks like.
In Utero.
You know the one with the chick with the wings on?
No.
Her back? What is that? In Utero? Whatever.
I don't know anything else. We've had this discussion.
Oh, that's a damn lie. You know a lot.
You know way more than you think you do.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm playing up my character, Matt.
That's.
I don't know music.
You finally said it. Usually he's sitting here saying, I'm the music guy.
I am the music guy. See?
so-
Look at my air guitar. Yeah.
Why is it that when everybody plays an air guitar, they play an air banjo? You ever
I
notice
don't know.
that? Because
No.
guitars, you need the banjos. Are the ones
They're both things with strings that you go like this to. Wow.
I mean, granted, I know you can use that one you can use a guitar pick on a banjo too, so don't really.
No, don't they usually have those little claw picks on their thumbs and their fingers and stuff?
Because like banjos are for individual string picking more so than playing chords. Yeah, so that's all our questions. Unless
That is
I'm
all
missing
the
any. I
questions.
don't think I'm missing any. The internet did not crap the bed on me. And I feel like we had a good talk. What do you say, gentlemen?
We sure did. Good talk. Great
Judging
talk.
by Moose's nodding, I assume he approves.
Mhm.
Either that or he's just listening to some metal right now, which is cool.
No.
Moose's
I mean,
nodding
I
is
am.
great for audio.
I am excited. I am excited about Sunday. So, getting pumped.
What's Sunday?
Ghost.
Oh,
First
yeah,
day.
you're going to Ghost.
First day of Hanukkah also.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. So I'll be worshiping Satan. How'd you celebrate Hanukkah?
Huh?
Satan. I'm just kidding.
I feel like we are...
Listeners, I don't worship Satan. I just like ghosts.
I don't worship him. I just like the music. Leave me alone.
Exactly.
Leave me
I don't
alone.
like the thug life. I just like listening about it.
I don't like the thug life. The thug life likes me.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so this has been episode 123 of Nerds Gone Rogue. I, once again, have been Matthew Keel at @infinite_rewind on every social media platform I choose to accept. Moose, where can we find you?
You can find me at Svhenn on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, PSN. I'll be streaming more in the evenings for longer times than the weekends. So follow me on Twitch if you wanna check out Diablo 3. Like I said, Hollow Knight and Dead Cells, and maybe mix in some Bloodborne. But I'll be on there. I'm on the Nerds Gone Platinum podcast on Tuesday nights with Jeff, Mr. Hefe, and Jason, Gimpy J with 2 Y's.
2 Y's.
Where we discuss the PlayStation platform. And you can tweet us at ng_platinum or email us at nerdsgoneplatinum@gmail.com. Yeah, that's where you can
Word.
find me.
Corey, take
Yeah.
us home.
You can find me at CoreyNHC86 on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find me at CoreyNHC on Twitch.tv. I am starting to stream more, so now that all of our Power Block stuff is out of the way for now, so you'll see me streaming more. I'm not sure what I'm going to stream. But
Well, I do know what we're streaming this weekend.
yeah.
Platinum plays Destiny 2. Yeah.
Destiny 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, probably be playing some Madden, some Blackout, some Destiny, some Nintendo stuff probably at some point. So, you can find me there. You can find me on Nintendo Power Block, where we're giving away Pokemon Let's Go. You can email the show at nintendopowerblock@gmail.com for your chance to win and subscribe to our YouTube page. Yeah, congratulations to Todd Oxtra for winning the Diablo 3 giveaway. So,
Yay, Todd Oxtra. Woo.
yeah,
Done.
Man, I should have entered that. Or am I disqualified?
you're disqualified because you're Moose.
Yeah.
Ed would fight you.
We hate
That's-
pieces, 2 pieces.
That's animalist. That's not... We hate moves.
We
Bring
need-
your speciesist rhetoric.
We
here.
need a
Speeches. Yeah,
we
there
need
we go.
we need a
Sounds
YouTube
like
show.
animalist.
We need a YouTube show called Black and White where Moose and Ed just yell at each other about games
No,
for
we're gonna-
20 minutes. It'll be like pardon the interruption or
Ebony Ed versus the Ivory Moose.
yeah. So, but that said, remember you can find one of our podcasts someday during the day, during the week, 7 a.m. Eastern time. Nerds Gone Platinum, Arsenal X, Nintendo Power Block, and of course, Nerds Gone Rogue. You can find us on Mondays at 7 a.m. Eastern time on youtube.com/NGRradio, NGRradio.com, and on your podcast service of choice, and Spotify.
And Discord. We have Discord.
Oh, yeah, we have Discord.
Find us on Discord.
We'll have better way to find us there at some point.
Yeah.
Where
you can team up with us for co-op games.
We're learning as we go.
Yeah,
talk about general everything and anything.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, we love you.
I want Lee to moderate Ebony Ed versus Ivory Moose. I want this to happen now. Banana and out.
Ivory.
You're welcome.
So many questions.
So many questions. So many questions. So many questions. How do I add people as friends? Add friend. Got it. Nailed it.
I was like, wait, what?
In Discord.
Oh yeah, Discord's weird about that. Like, I joined 4 different chats, but like, then I looked at it yesterday and I had like 17 messages, people that wanted to be friends, and I'm like, what? We're not friends because we're talking?
No,
of course I didn't actually do any of them because that's just kind of,
you don't know any of them,
right? Well, there's that, and I'm just super lazy. I should probably get the YouTube chat up because
yeah. Lee said he was going to watch tonight, so that's cool. Now that's guys, I'm pumped. I started. Woo!
Congratulations, man! I'm so happy for you.
What'd you start? Oh, your new job?
Yeah.
I streamed for the first time in video today. That was weird.
How do I?
Wait, you stream with come on the camera? The VR?
Yeah, the VR.
So we can see your pretty face, and I missed it.
Oh man,
son of a bitch! And I won't see it the rest of the week because I'll be training.
Well, you can go to Twitch and watch it, but I think I need to figure some things out, because when you go to like stop the broadcast, it just goes to a blue screen. I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
No, that's what it does.
Yeah, but like I figured it would pop to the video rather than.
Yeah, no, you can't stop it. Like that's it is what it is.
Okay.
Like, you mean when you're like finished with the broadcast and you hold down it to exit? Yeah, it's gonna, because they don't have the rights to show the UI of the PlayStation 4, so they just show that screen. So like Twitch is like, we're not gonna pay the rights to show like the only reason you see it in other videos is if people are capturing it to their PC.
Yeah, and I was thinking that might be it, but that's
yeah, because like all mine are the same way. Especially if you go to like add somebody in a party, like I'm always like, I'll be right back. Excuse me for the blue screen while I go to a party and add somebody in and get the invites going for the.
Matt watched my stream this weekend.
I did.
What? What'd you stream?
Unfortunately, I was like already just drunk and tired beyond comprehension, so I couldn't stay very long. But
I think Matt just didn't want to watch Madden.
No. I want to watch you play Madden.
No, you don't. I'm terrible.
Well, I will watch. Like, I wouldn't watch me play Madden just because I don't know enough about football anymore, let alone football games.
I got crushed the first game.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. And then the second game, what did I do the second? Oh, I won by 6 points.
Nice.
I was kind of mean though, because like I should have just kneeled the ball with like 10 seconds left, and I just kicked a field goal.
Oh no, you get those points. You step on their throat to win.
That's right. Yeah, when you got them, you got your foot on the throat. You step down, crack it.
America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield threw 4 touchdowns this week, guys.
Good.
He made top 5 fantasy players this week. Yeah.
Let's see what kind of deals we got going here, man. Skyrim's dirt cheap.
Skyrim dirt cheap.
Celeste's 20% off.
Celeste discounted.
South Park. South Park
Park's
like 60% off this week.
I don't think I'm near as good. I'm thinking I'm going to be near as angry as I was last week about that game of the year shit.
What game of the year shit?
How I went off on. I went off last week.
What do you mean?
And then apparently the internet wanted to make me pay for it. So
what are you talking about?
The show last week.
We couldn't hear you half the time.
I know.
So apparently you went off, but
I went off. Well, I went off, and then my
Google knew.
Huh?
Google knew.
Yeah, Google just said no. We're shutting him down.
Matt Towerfall, $15. Good stuff. Good couch co-op for you and Reba. Or I'm sorry.
I don't know if that's her style.
My wife likes that show.
Reba.
Mm-hmm. So does my mom.
Don't say that to my fiance.
She don't like it.
She hates being associated with it.
I was gonna say maybe because it's too conservative for her.
Nah.
Hugh Jackman teases mysterious huge announcement.
There's nothing like mind blowing on sale. So
there's over 200 games on sale. That's pretty mind blowing.
Yeah, they're all in sale, but like the most percentage, like.
Did you guys get snipper clips yet?
20.
No. You should buy snipper clips. It's amazing. Only in 2-player though.
Well, if I had a second player to play with me, I would.
Oh, Moose has no friends.
I'd play with you, Moose.
No, he won't. He's just telling you that so you feel
I
better about
would,
yourself.
but we're not there.
He's not here. He's in Pennsylvania.
I'm in cold ass Pennsylvania.
It's snowing here.
Dude, it got cold here, man. But yeah.
All right. Shall we, gentlemen?
Yeah, let's do this.
Oh, Doom's on sale too for Switch. So is Wolfenstein.
I picked up Black Ops 4 because I'm a sucker.
Yeah, Blackout's awesome.
Yeah, that's why I want to play it.
I think you're gonna have to pay that to Istam say. All right. Anybody else got any demons they need to exercise before we get started?
I just want to say nothing. Let's go.
I was just wondering where the paperboy was.
What brings your musty arms down this way?
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Haven't seen the paperboy in a while.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Did you say strap in or strap on?
God damn it, Corey. Corey's on fire. He's even just laughing. All right, 3.
Get your fat space ass back here.
God damn it. Can I attempt to start the show now? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't got any more.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
It's Timmy!
God damn it. All right, 3, 2, 1.